So hi, welcome to the Peak program, and this is my first actual video that I'm doing for my fitness channel. And this first video is going to be about that number one thing that I think is holding most gym goers, trainees back from hitting any of their exercise goals, and that big issue is their lack of recovery. Or just overtraining. And it's kind of one of those things that a lot of people have already kind of covered, or they've had this kind of issue that is kind of in vogue right now, but I don't think a lot of people really understand how it can affect them in their training. And the issue is this: I mean, how often do we go to the gym? And this could either happen to ourselves or people we see who, we'll see that guy who he's been bench pressing the same weight or lifting the same whatever for years, as long as we remember them. They do the same workout all the time. They seem like they're working really, really, really hard, but they're not getting anywhere. Their body weight's not changing. They look the same. And it could even be us. It could be we keep trying to, get stronger, do all these things we read in the magazines and, different channels are telling us to do, and they just don't work. And the reason a lot of times isn't like a lack of dedication. It may not even be a lack of getting enough food. It's that people aren't resting enough. They're just overdoing it. So what happens is when you overtrain, you break down the body, if you can imagine, and it doesn't have a chance to recover. It never heals. It never grows from that trauma. So it's like having a broken arm that you keep re-breaking. It doesn't have a chance to regenerate or heal. Well, the muscles are the same way. If you keep damaging them, i.e. training them very hard and then not giving them enough rest, eventually they're just going to you're just going to regress and just at best stagnate. At worst, you're going to get injured, or you're just going to get sick, and that's not how we want to go. So better is to actually understand how the body works physiologically. And how that is that when we exercise, let's say we're doing some barbell curls, and we worked our biceps really hard. The conventional knowledge will say, oh, okay, after 48, 72 hours, maybe 96 hours tops, we're going to be recovered and ready to go again. Okay. Well, interestingly, when it comes to recovery, there's actually two types of recovery. There's what's called localized recovery, which is how long it takes for the muscles to heal just in that area. But to actually grow them and have the whole body heal, there's something called systematic recovery, and that's actually your nervous system, your whole body recovering from that exercise, because that exercise actually affected your entire body. So your biceps might be healed in that area, but you still feel really crappy, and you haven't developed, you haven't grown. So the interesting thing with systematic fatigue is that systematic fatigue, from what my understanding is, takes 5 times longer as what it takes for the localized recovery. So if it took 2 days for your biceps to recover, where you're not sore, well, it actually takes 10 days for them to grow. It may not be quite that much, but that's kind of a good rule of thumb. I personally never train and exercise more than once a week unless I'm just getting back into things and I'm not really at my full strength yet. Maybe I'll do twice a week, maybe, but typically no more than once a week. And sometimes I'll even go like once every 10 days on an exercise group, like my legs or whatnot. Maybe even 2 weeks, and I'll experiment. I'll see how I feel. But so my recommendation to anybody who finds himself really stagnating, regressing, maybe take a couple weeks off and just go back at it and just give yourself more time, and maybe a few more days extra between working a muscle group. You don't think of the gym as a religion. you know, or some sort of weird competitive sport where the more you're in there, the more you're going to get out of it. But because the truth is, that's not, if you're working hard and you're very dedicated, you're not going to have an issue with, you know, that the work ethic isn't going to be the issue. The issue is going to be that you're just not growing enough. You're not taking those rest days, those me days, those lazy days, getting enough rest and eating enough and having your body be able to recuperate from that exercise. That's probably the main issue. And if you start doing that, giving yourself more time between exercises, more days of rest between that working, that whatever that was you did, you know, try adding a day or two more. You're going to notice big results. I can almost guarantee it. I know it has with mine. When I first started, I would do the Arnold programs of working, you know, all my muscle groups twice a week, and I would work out 5-6 days a week, and I really didn't get much out of it. I got stronger for a little while, but I really didn't. My body weight didn't go up past a certain point, and I stayed there for years. And not until I started researching and finding how much more rest I actually needed did I start to actually grow. In fact, when I started going from twice a week training to once a week training, I actually grew 24 pounds in like 4 months. So that's after stagnating. This was right after high school. That's after stagnating for about 4 years at the same body weight. So just to give you an idea of how powerful getting your rest and recovery underway can be, it can be like magic. So give it a try. Tell me what you think. Please, you know, just give me ideas on that and any other topics you want to cover, and we can go more in depth in this one. But thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe. Thank you.